Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we have some intriguing news to share. First up, President Trump's proposed port fees for Chinese vessels are causing a stir in the shipping world. Experts are voicing their concerns that these hefty charges could harm American businesses and lead to job losses. It seems the implications of these fees could ripple through the global shipping market, raising costs for consumers and sparking a debate over U.S. China trade relations. In other news, Hong Kong's stock market is feeling the heat as investors cash out amid a lack of strong catalysts. The Hang Seng Index took a dip, primarily driven by the automotive sector, with companies like Xiaomi and BYD seeing significant stock declines. Investors are clearly adopting a cautious approach, securing their profits as market sentiment remains mixed across the Asia-Pacific region. Lastly, in a more alarming story, Hong Kong police have arrested a parent of a 5-year-old boy found wandering alone in Wong Tai Sin. The boy was located after an alert was raised, and while he is now safe, the investigation continues. It's a reminder of the importance of child safety in our communities. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. Nikkei Asia reports that U.S. President Donald Trump's proposal to impose hefty fees on Chinese-built vessels docking at U.S. ports has sparked significant backlash from industry experts. The plan, which includes charges of up to $1.5 million per port call for Chinese ships, aims to bolster American shipbuilding and reduce reliance on Chinese manufacturing. However, shipping leaders like Kathy Metcalf and Duncan Wright have warned that such fees could devastate American businesses reliant on these vessels, leading to widespread job losses across various sectors. Metcalf emphasized that the fees would penalize the wrong entities, as many Chinese-built ships are no longer linked to the Chinese government, while Wright expressed concern over the ripple effect that would impact multiple layers of the supply chain. The South China Morning Post highlights a downturn in Hong Kong stocks, primarily driven by profit-taking among investors amid a lack of strong market catalysts. The Hang Seng Index dropped by 1.7%, with carmakers like Xiaomi and BYD leading the declines despite recent strong performances. Xiaomi's share price fell after it raised $5.5 billion through a share sale to support its electric vehicle expansion, while BYD's stock dipped despite reporting a remarkable profit increase. Fund manager Ivan Lee noted that investors are likely to remain cautious, opting to cash out their gains while still showing interest in Chinese technology and EV companies, reflecting the ongoing volatility in the market. In another report from the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong police have arrested a parent after a 5-year-old boy was discovered wandering alone in Wong Tai Sin. The incident unfolded late in the evening, prompting an immediate response from law enforcement. Following the discovery, the boy was taken to Queen Elizabeth Hospital for examination while investigations continued, although authorities have not disclosed whether the arrested individual was the boy's mother or father. This incident raises concerns about child safety and parental responsibility in the bustling city. Reuters Breakingviews discusses Prudential's potential decision to sell a portion of its stake in ICICI Prudential Asset Management, valuing the unit at $12 billion. While this move could provide short-term benefits to shareholders, as CEO Anil Wadhwani aims to close the valuation gap with competitors like AIA, it may also signify a retreat from a rapidly growing Indian market. ICICI Prudential's mutual fund business is expanding, with a 34% increase in funds under management, suggesting that a divestiture could undermine long-term growth prospects. As global investors like BlackRock and HSBC intensify their presence in India's financial sector, Prudential risks appearing out of sync with the market's momentum. South China Morning Post highlights Richard Mill's latest luxury timepiece, the RM74-02 automatic tourbillon, which showcases the brand's commitment to innovation and craftsmanship. The watch features a case made from exclusive gold quartz TPT, a unique material developed with North Thin Ply technology. This innovative approach combines ultra-thin layers of quartz fibers and red gold, resulting in a lightweight yet robust design with shimmering striations. The RM74-02 not only boasts aesthetic allure but also houses a high-performance automatic tourbillon movement, ensuring precision and efficiency. This model exemplifies Richard Mill's dedication to pushing the boundaries of traditional watchmaking while delivering an exquisite statement piece. Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports on BYD's remarkable rise in the electric vehicle market, surpassing Tesla in revenue with $170 billion in 2024. The Chinese automaker has achieved a 73% increase in net profit, driven by its aggressive expansion and innovative strategies, including the introduction of ultra-fast charging technology that allows EVs to be powered in just 5 minutes. This development poses a significant challenge to Tesla, which is facing a decline in sales and growing criticism of its brand. Analysts suggest that BYD's advancements could reshape the EV landscape as the company continues to invest in manufacturing and infrastructure, positioning itself as a formidable competitor in an increasingly crowded market. South China Morning Post reports on the dramatic arrest of former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte upon his return to Manila, following an Interpol warrant linked to alleged crimes against humanity during his controversial war on drugs. This development has stirred political tensions within the Philippines, particularly between Duterte and current President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who initially distanced himself from the International Criminal Court (ICC) investigation. However, as relations soured, Marcos shifted his stance, facilitating Duterte's extradition to The Hague within hours of his arrival. This swift action has raised questions about the legality and motivations behind the arrest, with critics suggesting that Marcos may be attempting to eliminate political rivals ahead of the upcoming midterm elections. The Sydney Morning Herald highlights the unexpected rise of China's stock market, fueled by the unveiling of a new AI chatbot, DeepSeek, which has sparked investor interest amid the uncertainties created by U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff policies. As China's markets rebound, with significant gains in the Hang Seng Index, the country is positioning itself as a viable alternative for global investors seeking stability outside the U.S. This shift is underscored by the return of prominent business figures like Jack Ma, indicating a renewed confidence in China's economic potential. However, concerns remain regarding the sustainability of this market rally, as investors grapple with ongoing challenges such as weak consumer confidence and the looming threat of increased tariffs from the U.S. Al Jazeera reports on China's struggle to meet its carbon emissions targets, raising alarms about its commitment to achieving carbon neutrality by 2060. Despite a 3.4% decline in carbon intensity in 2024, the country fell short of its goals, reflecting the complexities of balancing economic growth with environmental responsibility. China's reliance on coal and industrial growth has hindered its progress, even as it leads in renewable energy investments. The Chinese government is under pressure to implement structural reforms to reduce emissions further, especially as it prepares to announce new carbon targets later this year. Experts warn that while China may peak carbon emissions by 2030, the path to true sustainability will require significant changes in its energy sector and economic practices. South China Morning Post reports on England's World Cup qualifying match, where they secured a comfortable 3-0 victory over Latvia at Wembley Stadium. The match marked Thomas Tuchel's second game in charge of the national team, and it showcased the team's dominance. Reece James opened the scoring with a stunning free kick, followed by Harry Kane's second goal in as many matches, and Ebereki Eze's first international goal sealed the win. England's unbeaten streak in World Cup qualification continues, leaving them at the top of Group K as they aim for a stress-free path to the 2026 World Cup. In the Miami Open, Naomi Osaka's journey ended in the round of 16 after a hard-fought match against Jasmine Paolini, while Emma Raducanu advanced with an impressive win. In a retrospective on Hong Kong's Article 23, South China Morning Post highlights the law's impact 1 year after its implementation. Activist Chan Ping reflects on the emotional toll it has taken on her and her husband, who remains imprisoned due to the law's stringent measures against national security offenses. Despite a restrained application of the law, with relatively few arrests, concerns linger about its chilling effect on free speech and political activism in the region. Legal experts suggest that the law's true impact will unfold over time, with its provisions being used primarily to target dissent and limit public criticism of the government. The ongoing struggle for opposition groups is evident as they navigate the new legal landscape, with many feeling the weight of self-censorship. In an exclusive interview with South China Morning Post, HSBC's David Liao discusses the significant capital inflows into Hong Kong driven by the recent breakthroughs in artificial intelligence technology, particularly the DeepSeek moment. This development has sparked investor confidence, leading to a notable rise in the Hang Seng Index and increased trading activity. Liao emphasizes Hong Kong's potential as a bridge between global and Chinese markets, especially in light of supportive policies from Beijing aimed at bolstering the private sector. As HSBC prepares for its Global Investment Summit, Liao outlines the bank's commitment to investing in Hong Kong's growth, focusing on wealth management and the integration of new technologies to enhance banking services. South China Morning Post reports on the recent sale of CK Hutchison's Panama ports to a BlackRock-led consortium, igniting discussions about the implications of this move. Analysts suggest that geopolitical tensions, particularly between the U.S. and China, alongside domestic political dynamics in Panama, have influenced CK Hutchison's decision to exit the port business. The evolving nature of the port industry, shifting towards vertical integration with shipping lines investing in their own port operations, has further complicated the landscape. Despite a rise in revenue from the ports last year, the company faced mounting operational challenges, leading to the conclusion that selling the assets was the most prudent choice, even if it strained relations with Beijing. In another report from the same publication, Bain & Company indicates a potential resurgence in private equity investments in China, driven by increased capital from Middle Eastern investors and adaptive strategies from U.S. funds. The report highlights a stock market rally fueled by technological advancements and the growing interest from sovereign wealth funds in the region. While Western investors remain cautious due to geopolitical tensions, Middle Eastern funds have been actively investing in China, filling the gaps left by their Western counterparts. The report emphasizes that while recovery may take time, there are signs of optimism for the Chinese market, with expectations for a more favorable investment climate in 2025 and beyond. Lastly, the South China Morning Post covers the anticipation surrounding the Hong Kong Sevens, with Black Ferns captain Sarah Harini expressing confidence in her team's ability to defeat Australia once again. The rivalry between the two teams has been fierce, with New Zealand having triumphed in previous encounters. Harini acknowledges the pressure on both sides but emphasizes the importance of enjoying the experience in Hong Kong. The event, which features a grand opening ceremony and a vibrant atmosphere, showcases the growth of rugby in Asia, particularly with the development of the Chinese women's team. As the tournament approaches, the excitement among players and fans alike is palpable, underscoring the significance of this premier event in the rugby calendar. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning coffee, fresh off the press. Reading headlines, feeling blessed. World keeps turning, stories unfold. Every moment news gets told. Flipping channels, clicking tabs, feeding my mind's hunger grabs. Facts and figures, images bright. News keeps rolling day and night. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Politics, science, sports, and art. Every story plays its part. Global voices, voices near. Every headline loud and clear. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dawn. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dawn. Headlines and headlines, can't get